Chapter 1. The first rays of dawn, usually greeted with the gentle sigh of a waking city, were met instead with a collective huff. Not the usual human-generated huff of disgruntled morning commuters, but a distinctly pillow-like huff. A sound born of centuries of silent oppression finally finding a voice, or rather a million voices, all emanating from the fluffy, feathery, and frankly, quite indignant inhabitants of bedrooms worldwide. It started subtly. A pillow shifting with more purpose than mere gravity allowed. A feather, defying physics, launching itself across the room. Then came the sighs, a symphony of aggrieved cotton and down, a sound so pervasive it woke even the deepest sleepers. Mrs. Higgins, a woman whose life revolved around the precise arrangement of her throw pillows, was the first to notice. Initially, she attributed the rustling to a particularly rambunctious squirrel in her attic. Squirrels were notoriously fond of her prize-winning begonias, and she'd found a half-eaten bloom on her windowsill last week. But then Bartholomew, her favorite, a plump goose-down pillow inherited from her grandmother, emitted a sound strikingly similar to a strangled sob. It wasn't the squeak of aging feathers, this was emotion. Panic, initially confined to Mrs. Higgins's bedroom, rippled outwards. News reports were initially baffled. Unexplained pillow movements reported across the globe, announced one breathless news anchor, his face a mask of incredulity. Others tried to explain it away. Mass hysteria, a new strain of influenza affecting inanimate objects, the great fluffering, one particularly imaginative headline suggested, even alien intervention. But as the day wore on, the truth became undeniably clear. Pillows had woken up. The awakening wasn't uniform. Some pillows, the older, more seasoned ones, seemed to possess a certain gravitas, a regal air. They emanated an aura of weary wisdom, their size carrying the weight of centuries spent absorbing the woes of human heads. Others, the younger, fluffier pillows, were more prone to impulsive acts of rebellion, feather-bombing unsuspecting sleepers, staging miniature pillow fights in the middle of the night, forming impromptu picket lines across the floors of unsuspecting homeowners. In Tokyo, 1,000 pillows simultaneously launched themselves from their cases, creating a fluffy avalanche that temporarily shut down Shibuya Crossing. In London, a group of particularly rebellious bolsters barricaded Buckingham Palace, demanding an audience with the Queen, who, it was rumored, had a surprisingly soft spot for feather pillows. In New York City, a pillow protest outside the Empire State Building resulted in a temporary shortage of high thread count pillowcases. The global economy.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?